Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios, this is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
So I need a guy. I guess it could be a girl, but I need a human being who really is into sausage.
That would be me.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't want you being the sausage sponsor.
Oh,
You're on the team.
we're talking for the kids.
I need someone who loves sausage. That came out weird. I need a sausage king.
Oh God, I never know what this show is going to do.
I'm sorry for the 2K25 cooking for the kids barbecue. I need a sausage sponsor. We're adding more barbecue teams. We are getting sponsorships. It's coming along, knock on wood. But we're short a sausage sponsor. All right. So shout out, by the way, to the sponsors we do have. I'm tardy on giving them their propers. I mentioned yesterday Perez Law Firm.
What up, Phil?
They're sponsoring our stage, which is crucial. Figueroa Trucking, they're doing all the trimmings, pickles and onions and trimmings and stuff like that. Tri-City Pain, rehab specialists, PT people, they're doing the trophies. Sunbelt Rentals and Bernie are going to do the generator for the stage and cooling fans and the lights on Friday night for the guys, because a lot of those teams go out there on Friday night and they can't see. And the first couple of years, man, they were parking they were turning the headlights onto their pickup trucks.
I know they're like,
so
what
they
the
could
hell?
see.
Yeah, I feel you.
It was
Makes
dangerous.
sense.
The
Yeah,
neighbors were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, why is there a truck meeting
so
over
we
there?
finally got smart, and we're going to put big, huge night lights out on the field there so the guys can see.
That's dope.
Yeah, it is really cool. So thank you to Sunbelt Rentals of Bernie, Sunburst Gymnastics of Bernie. They're doing all the chicken.
That's my guy. What up, Sunburst?
Toby DeLuna, my man, worked with him for years at iHeart. He is going half in on the sound system. He's looking for some partners on
What up,
that.
Toby?
DJ will be provided by Toby DeLuna. My man Ed Bermea, he's going to do the turn-in containers for all the barbecue teams, right? So we're almost there. Now we need somebody to sponsor sausage. So I start today's show off with a public service announcement begging for your help when it comes to a sausage king. I need someone to help step up and buy all of our sausage, okay? Message me if you're interested, and we can talk about your sausage that you want to help us buy so we can put it on a plate, and I'm not mature enough.
You're not.
Anyway, good
That's
morning.
what I'm
It's in the
saying.
building.
You're not.
Thank you. Get your asses in here with a super chat or 10. It's Friday. If you watch this show live, as Rudy and I emanate to you live, once again, from the Pub Sports Radio Studios in Southtown, the audio disseminator is young Jose Venezuelan Bouquet. And welcome in here. Good morning, everybody. How
What
we
up,
doing?
Senor D?
How we doing?
I'm fantastic, man. We made
Good,
it.
man.
Another week. It's Friday.
Well,
Ready to roll, man. Ready to roll. What we getting into today?
well, this Gene Hackman thing's taking a turn.
What do you mean? I thought there was no foul play.
Well, but it's peculiar, man. It's very peculiar, this death. So, and I'm still shook by it. I love Gene Hackman.
Yeah, I think everyone did.
The great Gene Hackman was found dead 2 days ago alongside, in the same home as his wife. He was in the mud room. I guess when you're rich, you have a
What
mud
is
room.
that?
I'm picturing a mud bath scene. It's Santa Fe,
Go
so it
ahead.
makes
I'm
sense
gonna
that he
Google
would
that.
have a mud room.
Okay.
Rich people stuff. Having a mud bath. Boom. Jason Garcia, $1.99. Thank you, homie.
Thank you, Jason.
Talking about wood and sausage, indeed. His wife was found dead. She was only 63, very able-bodied. Gene was, of course, 95 and was frail. But their dog died too. And so the first thing we're thinking of, and Rudy nailed it yesterday, was, some sort of carbon monoxide poison.
Right.
Maybe a natural gas leak. But that has now been ruled out. Dateline, Santa Fe, New Mexico, CNN. We can trust this because it's not political. If it's CNN, no one supports CNN if it's politics. But we'll trust it, Rudy, because it's about a celebrity.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so Gene and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, and their dog, Officials have now deemed this death, quote, suspicious enough to warrant a thorough investigation. This is not some natural causes they don't believe. Now, the causes of death are not yet known. There was no trauma to the bodies.
But there's no carbon monoxide traces.
No carbon monoxide, no natural gas.
This is Romeo and Juliet then.
Dude, okay.
But the dog didn't deserve it.
I know. What's up? Why you got to kill
Why
the
you got to
dog?
kill the dog? Like, hey, dog,
Well,
come with us. Y'all want to go
here's
to a
the
rescue
thing.
center?
There were scattered pills everywhere.
See, it smells like Romeo and
And
Juliet.
one of the theory, and they have 3 dogs. 2 of them were out running around the property, just like chilling.
Those 2 dogs knew what was up. They're like, oh no,
Yeah,
because dogs can sense when something ain't right.
Maybe so. Or like maybe the dog that died, like he ate some of the pills and was an accident.
Oh,
I mean, these are all just theories.
We're throwing stuff out, right?
For sure. So, according to CNN, a caller told 911 that it was a maintenance guy that showed up, right?
Because he was probably going to do the bushes, whatever he does.
Some dude shows up, does whatever he does.
Every 2 weeks. Yeah.
So he found him and called 911. So it says a caller told 911 they could see 2 unconscious people through a window, but could not enter the home. The caller said, quote, during the 911 call, quote, no, dude, they're not moving. Just send somebody out here really quick. Police responded to the call, discovered Arakawa's body on the ground inside a bathroom, next to an orange prescription pill bottle with scattered pills on the floor.
Oh.
There's another theory that maybe Jean died of natural causes, and she decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna go out with him, and killed herself.
This is all speculation.
Maybe she smothered him,
Wow, Mike.
Well, he's 95,
Took him out of, because I know when I watch Viking movies, like when they're about to die, you're like, yo, go ahead and finish me off.
Right. Yeah.
Like, why are you laughing, Bouquet? I'm serious. That's not funny.
I'm on the edge, man. Just put me out.
All right. Go ahead, Mike.
David's in here. Taylor's an 09er. He ought to know what a mud room is. Well,
it's where you keep. So a mud room is a small room or entryway where footwear and outerwear can be removed before entering the house.
Yeah.
A proper mud room would be far more useful somewhere to take off wet coats, to air clothes, for dogs to sleep in.
There was a bar in Dallas called the Mud Room. I think it was a gay bar.
Wow.
Come on, Mike.
What?
You can't.
I'm interested. Do you want to go, Mike?
I've already been 10 times. Shit, I used to close it down. You told me you like going to the gay bar. You said you and Anna enjoy going to the
not called the Mud Room.
The gay room.
Come on, Tom.
Look, I'm sad over this death, so I'm mixing humor to cope with it.
Anna's taking me to like a couple. I've been, what was it, electric company? South San Antonio, help me out. Electric. I've never been to the Heat.
Okay.
Never been to the Heat.
Okay.
I've never been to the Heat.
I'd like to go to the Heat.
I've been to electric company. Is that what it's called? Electric,
now,
whatever.
Is it called the Heat or just Heat?
Heat. The one over there used to be on St. Mary's.
Yeah, Pegasus. Bonham's great. That's the last one.
I used to go to Bonham, but I would go to Bonham on Wednesdays. Wednesdays was straight night. Jesus Christ. The Mud Room?
Would that fight through that? I'm sorry. I was supposed to I was going to issue that line and keep going.
It's not even 9,
y'all down. I'm sorry.
It's not even 9-10. Wood, sausage, and mud rooms for gay dudes.
I'm upset. I'm upset over the death of the great Gene Hackman. And one of my coping mechanisms is humor. And I apologize. I'm just going through a hard time right now. All right. So Jean's body was not even found next to her. She was found in the bathroom, pills everywhere.
Okay.
Jean was found on the ground near the kitchen. And both bodies had shown signs of decomposition. They had been there a minute. They had been there, and they had been deceased for, quote, quite a while. Now, nobody in their family and their phones no one had tried to contact them in 2 weeks. So at some point they had died within 2 or 3 weeks, been laying there for.
Well, thank God they were in the mud room, because they would have been there forever.
Well,
so the maintenance man could see them, because
right.
Well, considering you have a wife that's taking care of you, there's no reason to ever do a wellness check. You know what I mean? They just don't talk to you. But so thank God the maintenance man showed up to do the hedges or whatever it was. But I don't know, man. I guess we just have to let it all come out. But when you talk about finding orange bottles with pills scattered everywhere, it's strange.
We may never know.
No.
Only them. Toxicology reports could take months. He's going to be honored this Sunday at the Oscars. Gene is, of course.
Oh, that's Sunday?
Yeah,
Okay.
happens to be Sunday night. The great Gene Hackman, dead of death. I'm assuming so my theory is natural causes, and she decided to off herself.
My theory is no one in Gene's family loved him. No one talked to him for 2 weeks.
Well, right.
Well,
I know.
hold
If
on.
Your parents are 95. I'm calling my pops every day.
Yeah, that guy's on death's door already.
There's not even my dad's not even 70 yet, and I text him once a day. How you not gonna text your daddy?
Yeah.
Especially when your dad's Gene Hackman.
Well, because his wife,
and he's 95.
Because his wife's a really good caretaker. I think you don't check in as often because and who knows? Like, you remember, we got people that don't talk to their parents all across the world.
Maybe. And here's the thing about Gene is that he was very private. I don't know much about him as a person. Like, I don't know what he was into. I don't know if he has family.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if he's got family.
He may be cut off from all his family.
You know, he was 61 when he married Betsy, and she was only 29 at the time.
Nice.
Shout out to Betsy.
You know,
nice.
Maybe she met someone new, and Gene's like, go ahead and just take my ass out, and y'all be together. Maybe there's like a neighbor down the road. Maybe one of the maintenance guys. Maybe she was needing something different.
Something younger.
Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
Back to the mudroom. Should we open that?
I think the drink in the mudroom would be called
I
the
think
mudslide.
that if it's gonna be a gay bar, I think that it's gonna be be deemed way too offensive.
Why?
Come on. The city would never give us that permit.
What do you want to call it?
I think the place would be on fire.
It'd be rocking.
I think it would.
It'd be rocking.
Live podcast there.
I'm sorry that stopped me down. But
I didn't mean. I was supposed to.
Were you being serious though? There was a bar that called that in Dallas?
No.
Oh, damn. Well, then we definitely got to do it.
So that means the legal licensing's out there.
Come on, y'all. That's offensive.
I'm on air, Phil. I'll call you later, bro. I'm literally on air. Shout out to my homie Phil out in LA.
All right. I'm sorry. One of the ways I handle horrible news is through awful humor, and I apologize.
Bro.
I apologize.
But that was genius.
I apologize.
Y'all know, but you know what? Because I've heard they flush. They're nothing.
You can be straight.
They flush. When they know when your dude's coming through, you flush.
Yeah, but women do that too. I mean, heterosexual men have also visited the mudroom on occasion.
I've never been to the
mudroom. Y'all never got a little carried away, drank too much.
Never been to the mudroom.
Taking care of everything.
Never been to the mudroom. Never.
I'm
Fudge box.
interested though.
Ken Stokes, no, I've never been to the fudge box.
Stop it. We're going to get in trouble. Y'all just need to start letting things, let's let them be themselves. We don't need to address everything.
I hate this show.
We don't have to address everything. Everything does not have to be stopped down and analyzed. Just let it go.
We're getting all this out before March 8th.
Just let it happen. Right. Oh, geez.
Well, anytime I try to sneak that way, I get chopped in the throat.
I'm in panic.
I'm like, my bad.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Oh,
right.
Hey. There's a cutoff.
Yeah. Like, stop playing.
Because she knows it's not an accident. Like, I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Stop playing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Right.
Jay Glenn, I hope the mudroom's a no-go for you. Your wife would be pretty upset with you, sir.
I guess I live in a different world because I'm in.
Wait, why are you in? What do you mean you're in?
In all the ways you think it means. I got no problem. You don't like it. You don't like to do.
That. Okay, I thought. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. I've never done it.
Who's out here lying? What dudes are lying?
No, he's talking about. I'm thinking Jay Glenn's talking about the actual bar. Once we make it.
But I don't care about it. There's plenty of folks that would go in there. We'd have ladies' night. We'd have hetero night. It'd be on.
Fudge box. I think we could get a city permit.
That's so
we could get a city permit. It is offensive. It is offensive.
That's awful.
That's offensive. I'm sorry to my Rainbow Coalition. I apologize. That's not cool. Me too.
I'd rather just talk football.
Hopefully, this gets no
views.
See,
y'all made the show boring. Now I'm gonna talk football.
Yeah, let's. I hope no one watched this show. Don't share this show.
Don't make me talk football.
I don't want to get canceled.
We're the only sports show in America that when they're in panic mode, they go ahead and talk sports.
What does it say? What's his name? Ethel what?
Ethel Wolf.
He said it ain't easy to get in the mud room from my experience.
Well, you have to practice. It's like sitting in
Well,
real hot
Puff-
water.
Or baby oil? What is it?
Truffle butter, apparently, according to Big Al.
Look,
What? That's nasty.
there's a handful of places in this town where you can go and get things that help with that. You know, if your girl and you are wanting to get a little freakier than usual, you know, nothing wrong with that.
You know, hand up. I've never done that before.
Really? How
And,
about
Me neither.
not a thumb? Nothing?
Nah, I
No,
never done
no.
What is wrong with y'all? Y'all need to live a little.
Never been to the mud room.
Your thumb hadn't either?
No,
Okay.
I've done that before.
I guess I'm abnormal.
Where are we going? Old man Mike, Chef Curry. Hey, yes, Chef.
I'm shook by Gene's death. I wish it had just been something that he's 95, he passed away. That's it. But no, it's got to be pills on the floor, dead dogs, dead young wife. It sucks that there's all this suspicion, you know. And we'll probably never know what happened. To this day, I still call bullshit on Bob Saget's death. Oh, he fell and hit his head. Bullshit.
You don't believe that?
No.
Do you believe Epstein hung himself?
I do. Well,
Or you think
I think Epstein.
Or do you think he got died because eventually he was going to take money from somebody and expose everyone?
I think Epstein was so narcissistic that he went ahead and offed himself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because he wasn't going.
Because I always thought
I'm going to prison.
Yeah, because I always thought that he was like someone got him hit because he knew so much about big, powerful people.
I wouldn't rule that out either.
Right.
But but we may never know. We may never know. All right, it is in the building. There is tons of NFL nuggets from the combine in Indy.
What we got going on?
It's not even really the workouts. Normally, it's all the storylines and drama and stuff that comes out of all the general managers and owners all being in the same town for a week. You know, I had Nina watching the combine last night with me.
Poor thing.
She was into it. We watched the 40-yard dash.
Well, it's a bunch of dudes in tights and bustles and shit.
Well, again, we were into it. You know,
The
she
combine,
thought it was fun.
combine warmed it up for you.
Sure, whatever it takes. I'm a confident man.
Hey, I'm with that too. Yeah,
Yes, sure, absolutely. And we happened to be eating dinner when the linebackers were doing their 40s, watching these giant 6'2", 235-pound dudes run 4.4 40-yard dashes in their tight short. Yes, there were a couple white boys in there that held their own, but for the most part,
Hell yeah. Come on.
yo, we can't get through any topic.
what?
We can't get through any topic before Schlong get involved.
I'm trying to talk football. Y'all are derailing.
No, Mike, I got you here. I'll pivot. I was doing the same thing with Helga last night.
Watching
Shout
the
to Helga.
combine.
Who's Helga?
Helga is my girlfriend, Alexis. I call her Helga for shits and giggles.
You have a girlfriend?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have sexual relations on occasion. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude! I just asked if you had a girlfriend. I don't need to know what y'all do in the bedroom.
You guys asked. I had to, whatever. But
Poor Alexis.
point of this was that she was watching the 40, and I was like, yeah, at least there's no Chris Jones situations. And she's like, what is that? And then I showed her the Chris Jones video.
Oh, when he fell out?
When he fell and his dick popped out, and she was shocked. She was
Why?
Because Chris Jones got a big hog.
Jesus.
She was
Man, let's go.
shocked.
What else happened at the combine? I'm done. I'm done with y'all. We have 40 minutes left in the show.
I'm trying to get into the combine.
Let's go to the combine.
And I just want to shout out my lady because she was totally into the exercises.
Good for
last
her.
night. It was great. It was tremendous.
All
All
right.
right. Well, I don't know. Where do you want to start?
What happened? What's the
right.
biggest storyline besides Travis Hunter
All
and
right.
the kid out of Penn State?
The general
Shador?
manager of the Chiefs says that Travis Kelce had the squirts the day of the Super Bowl.
Oh, why you got
Rudy, you asked me what else.
No. I'm saying why they got to make excuses for these guys.
He was great in the Super Bowl. That was his best game of the year. I think he had 10
True.
catches or something like that. But no, but they were giving him shit. They were joking about it because he had the runs all day and he had a great game. And they were afraid that as soon as he got tackled,
He's gonna mud room it.
right. Julian B celebrating 1 month of membership, giving away one coaster is crazy to me. Hey, it's a commemorative in the building coaster.
Yeah.
They're rare. There's not a lot of them out there. One of these days when our show makes thousands of dollars a day, we'll give away entire sets. But until then, we have to ration our swag. Kelce did announce officially he's returning in 2K25, which means the Taylor Swift sycophants will be happy about that. which means we got one more year at least of fighting through Taylor Swift's ass.
I got no problem with Taylor Swift.
Up there in the deal.
Taylor Swift helps the bottom line. Whether us old men like it or not, the NFL realizes.
But I don't need to see her every other 2
No,
plays.
you're right. Little coaster money from Julian B. $9.99. Thank you, Julian
B. Thank you, man. $9.99. Appreciate that. I just, I'm asked
it's payday. Y'all get in here.
It's not Taylor Swift's fault that she's on TV every other play.
That ain't her fault.
It's the league. I agree. And hopefully they seem like a nice couple. They're getting along pretty good. Maybe this is the one for her that'll last a minute. And for him, hopefully this is legit and true love. And hopefully she eats fish, because you can't trust a girl that won't eat fish. So good luck to them going forth.
Where'd you learn that one? Grandma Becky?
I just learned it over the years.
Okay.
It's just an observation.
My wife likes fish.
You cannot trust a woman who will not eat fish. Can't do it.
Which fish we talking about?
I'm just saying you can't trust a woman who won't eat fish.
Oh.
That's it. It's my observations.
No, I agree.
What else? Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is in full recruit mode. I thought this guy was like a minority owner. Is this his role?
A minority majority owner.
It's kind of like Magic when the Lakers sent Magic to LeBron's house, because when he was part owner, like, hey, you know what? We need you. Like, is that part of Tom Brady's role as minority owner? Like, hey, we're going to use you. Mm-hmm. We're going to need you. That's use is the wrong word. That's Tom freaking Brady. But we're going to need you to, convince some of these guys that this is the place to be. And according to reports, he's been recruiting Matthew Stafford.
I think Tom Brady does whatever the hell he wants on a given day. He tells them what he's doing, and they're like, okay.
Well, it's got to be a trade, but yeah.
Sure. So there are rumors out of Indianapolis that Tom has been recruiting Dallas's own, as you said, Matthew Stafford, because it looks like the Rams are about ready to move on from Matt.
No, the Rams gave him permission. Hey, you and your agent go test the market.
Right.
Peace out. Been good. Thanks for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they're okay with however it turns out. They're okay if somebody money whips him. They're fine having him back, I think, but not at a ridiculous amount of money.
Well, reports are him and his agent looking for 4 years, 90 to 100 guaranteed. Quarterback money is crazy.
I know. The Rams, though, have a winning roster already. So if they lose Stafford, do you try to start over?
And they said Cooper Kupp could get traded too. Remember, they gave him permission.
They told him too. Yeah. Do you start over? Are they beginning again at quarterback with a bunch of veterans and a playoff-ready roster? Maybe they go cheap and they bring in a rookie and try to win that way, or maybe you recruit a veteran.
Or you go ashwagandha.
Well,
dipshit, douchebag, refused to show up for training camp with his new receiver, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And you try and go get Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
You think Sean McVay can control him? That's the problem with Aaron. Nobody can control him anymore. And I get it. He's got skins on the wall, but still.
Sean McVay is a champion and one of the best coaches in the league. And in a weird way, Rudy, I almost think that Aaron might respect Sean more. Well, maybe it's not weird. I think Aaron Rodgers would probably respect Sean McVay more than he respected Robert Saleh with the Jets.
Yeah.
And knows that McVay is not going to have you. You can't go to Egypt during training camp. You can't go to Egypt during the mini
camps. What the hell is that?
Especially if you're in your first year trying to get to know us all. You can't go to Egypt.
And your coach comes to hug you and you just keep your arms down like a spoiled little kid.
McVay's a hard ass. And McVay's also very California, very LA. And Aaron Rodgers is very California.
Yeah.
I think in a weird way that McVay matches Rodgers' douchiness a little bit, but from a healthy standpoint.
I like McVay.
I do too. But McVay's very Hollywood.
I like Sean McVay. Yeah.
McVay ain't going to the Packers. That don't work. All right. McVay works in LA.
Like you could see him in Vegas, Francisco, Miami.
Right. He's that kind of coach.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy ain't going to LA.
He got the pecs.
Yeah.
He does his fasted cardio every morning.
Fiance.
Yeah.
Who's been his fiance for 10 years. Still no wedding. He does
15 minutes in the sauna every morning.
Yeah. I think he and Aaron would relate enough. And I don't mean to call him a D-bag. I just think that they have similar lifestyles and that Aaron, I think Aaron Rodgers would actually, and I'm saying, I thought he would be failing with the Jets, and he did. Yeah. I think Rodgers, provided he doesn't get hurt, because he's old as shit. We know what old people do; they get hurt. But I think if Rodgers can somehow stay healthy enough, I think
you don't think he's washed?
No, not quite washed. I think
Okay.
for 1 year he could go to LA and they could win while LA figures out what they're going to do at quarterback next. I think he's a pretty good stopgap for them. Speaking of coaches and stuff, Dan Quinn, DQ, and Pete Carroll.
This is DQ country.
The new Raiders coach.
Shout out to Steak Fingers.
Both went out of their way this week to leap high praise upon Schotty, the Cowboys' new head coach, Brian Schottenheimer. Both went out of their way to talk about how this is way overdue. He's very, very talented. He's been a sleeping giant coach, things like this. Or are these just two old veteran head coaches
looking out for old school
security and can say whatever they want, whether it's the truth or not? When I saw that, my attitude was also meh. What else at the combine? Arlington's own Myles Garrett. He is done with the Browns. He wants out.
I don't know. I don't see how 31 teams aren't on the Browns' phone.
I know. They come out and said they're not trading him.
He's still a maniac.
Oh, hell yeah, he is.
He's still a maniac.
Yeah.
I'd do it. I know he's 9 years in.
Yeah,
I know you were. Yeah, he's a maniac, dude. This is a different world with hyperbaric chambers and cold tubs and shit. I'd go and I'd give up. If I'm close, let's say I'm the Ravens, I'm the Bills, I'm the Commanders. If I'm close, a team that's close, I give up a 2, possibly a 3 for Myles Garrett. A 3 or a possible 2 for Garrett.
Dude, I would too, because he plays one of the
not
three,
a 1, but 3 or 2.
He plays one of the 3 premier positions that I would trade for: edge, tackle, quarterback. Those are the 3 people that.
And to keep that motor on that shitty franchise.
Yeah, I know.
You know, because look, perfect example, Randy Moss and with the Raiders. Randy was like, man, I'm shutting it down.
Right.
I'm not doing shit here until y'all get me out of here. Like, you know, he hasn't done that when he has the right to.
So Garrett told them, I want to be traded. They've come out and said, we're not trading you. Now the agent said, well, we might not report. And they're like, okay, that's fine. It's early, so we'll see who blinks first.
And we got to wait till the draft. We got you by saying you're not going to trade him, you drive up the price. It's just business 101.
And now Garrett's also come out and said they shouldn't even call me once about an extension. It's not going to happen. They can trade me or I'll play out my contract, but I am out of here as soon as I can. And he's said it, and I love the quote, very professional. He said he would not bother with extension talks in Cleveland because, quote, I just don't feel like our future is aligned with winning.
No shit.
That's a nice way of saying these fucking guys are losers and get me out of here. This town's a dump. It's a filthy sewer. Nothing's going to mollify this. I want out now. If I'm him, I fake a sports hernia or something and just don't report.
Only thing about that is sucks the NFL because they have the worst union because there's 53 guys on the team and guys need their paychecks. The NFL Players Union ends up folding early and conceding to shit they shouldn't concede to. One of those things is the franchise tag. So you could be a free agent and the Browns could just be dicks and be like, oh, well, guess what? We're going to franchise you for 2-3 years. The NFL Players Union is so weak. But you know, when you got guys making $3-4 a game, they're like, get us back on the gosh damn field. So he can be mad all he wants. If they're for real, they can keep him for another 2-3 years. If they're for real.
Right. Well, hopefully they'll cave and trade him. And that's no place to be. Cleveland does not deserve to have a franchise. That is a shitbag organization with stupid owners and idiot coaches and terrible general managers. They've had 35 quarterbacks in 30 years. It's an abomination to pro sports, and they ought to be relegated. The NFL should relegate the bottom 4 shitty teams in the league. Jacksonville,
baseball and basketball
Cleveland
should too.
Should get the hell out of the NFL, and it sucks. And if I'm a that's what Cleveland picks. What, second?
Shit,
I think they're second. So it goes Tennessee, Cleveland, New York Giants.
Got you.
And again, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, if I'm Dion, if I'm Shedeur's agent,
I ain't going.
We're not going to Cleveland. You guys don't. Y'all are terrible. I'm sorry the NFL allows y'all to keep a franchise. We're not going there.
Would you just say the same for Travis Hunter? Because he might be.
Or
the kid from Penn.
Rudy, if I were a 7th round punter, I would say, nah, I'm not going to spend 5 years living in that hellhole. I'm not doing that. It's a shitty city. It's a terrible franchise. I ain't going there. Yeah. Period. I'd rather go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. At least they got good weather. No. Not doing that.
Yeah, Jason Lee Jacks up. And or you Cleveland, you trade Myles Garrett for a 1 because a lot of the chat feels like he's a 1, and you draft the kid out of Penn State. I know he's having foot issues and people are saying surgery. So that's another story out of the combine.
Yeah.
But go and draft him and go and get another one from somebody else for Myles Garrett.
So Rudy's talking about that beast from Penn State.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter.
There you go.
Who's probably the best player in the draft, not the quarterbacks. Like he's the best overall football player, probably.
I like that. I like that take.
He has a stress fracture.
Yes.
His agent is the crazy Drew Rosenhaus.
Although
Drew's been quiet the last 10
Drew
years.
He got older.
He's gotten old.
He's gotten older.
So Drew's his agent. Drew came out and said, look, we've had 10 doctors come out and say that it's okay. He'll get better without surgery.
I wouldn't do surgery then. If you can keep people from cutting on you, keep people from cutting on you.
That doesn't mean he'll be ready to roll by training camp. You willing to give the kid a mulligan rookie year so he can get right naturally? I mean, if you're the Giants, why not?
If I'm a team that's not close, like if I'm top 5 and I'm nowhere close, hell yeah.
Yeah, I would too. He's really good, really, really good. He led Penn State's defense to as far as they went. He was awesome.
His idol is Micah Parsons, though.
Well, he'll get to the league. And hopefully he'll work on that. And then we have this controversial decision by the Tampa Bay Bucks.
What happened?
Who came out last night and announced that their ownership group, the Glazer family,
love the Glazers.
They have rethought their decision from 4 years ago when they removed John Gruden from their team Hall of Fame. They are forgiving John Gruden, and they've reinstated John to their club Hall of Fame.
I have no problem.
And they're getting criticized for that. John Gruden, who wrote a bunch of emails back and forth with the owner of the then Washington Redskins, describing the former Players Association executive director, DeMaurice Smith, with a bunch of very stereotypical words, made fun of the size of his lips in an email.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. He needs to get his
called Roger Goodell an anti-football pussy.
Called Roger Goodell a pussy.
He called Roger Goodell a pizza?
Yep. Derogatory homosexual terms about Michael Sam. Remember Mike Sam? Kid from Missouri. Talk shit about that. How gross that was that ESPN let that go on TV when he kissed his boyfriend when he got drafted. Remember that? Used a bunch of anti-gay language to describe the Brian Glazer himself, the owner, even threw the Bucks owner under the bus and called him a queer.
I like that boy.
I use that voice so Jose can't mark that and haunt me in the future. So what was the point to begin with? Why'd you kick him out of your Hall of Fame if you just go 4 years later, put him back in?
Because don't we?
Maybe they feel empowered with this new leadership in the White House, and they won't get as criticized if they do. I don't know. I just
you might be on to something.
I mean, I thought sexism was unfortunate.
Cancel culture is done for 4 years.
Maybe they shouldn't have kicked him out of the Hall of Fame to start with.
People make mistakes.
He's already in.
Yeah, people make mistakes.
You know, sexism, schmexism. You know, whatever, homophobia, mobilephobia, whatever. You know, how long? I mean, then there's this. They've said, look, it's been 4 years. The guy's not even in football. He probably never will be in the NFL again. We shouldn't even have kicked him out.
He got a show on TV, though.
Yeah, he works for Barstool too.
Oh, okay.
Analyzing games. Just don't. Here's an idea. Don't kick guy. Why are we get so caught up in? We need to cancel this guy. He's already in your Hall of Fame. No one cares if you keep him in there.
Well, you don't want to. It's just the public comes for you so hard.
Fuck
you have no choice.
Fuck him. I'm Brian Glazer. I got to do that.
I can't. Well, that's what
he got kicked out of the league. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you start losing sponsors, then maybe.
Well, maybe. I mean, every situation is its own. It's like, okay, the guy said something dumb in an email, so that just erases 42 years of what he did in the NFL. Because you put him in the Hall of Fame because he helped you win the Super Bowl.
Facts.
He's the best coach you ever had if it's not Tony Dungy.
Facts.
And he's a shitbag of a human. All these things are true, but he's still in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And it's just their club Hall of Fame.
There's a bunch of, in all walks, there's a bunch of bad guys in the Hall.
Right. By the way, can I get an early punch in for the Irsay family? Talk about a mess of an owner, Mr. Irsay.
What did he do now?
So we're watching the combine last night. and they flash up to Jim Harbaugh, who's up in the press box scouting.
Chargers head coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they show like Harbaugh's in the Ring of Honor or whatever in Indianapolis. He played there for 3 seasons. Jim Harbaugh, 1994 to 1997. What kind of cheap ass club Hall of Fame is that?
Yeah, that's
3 years. He didn't do shit for y'all.
It don't even look right. Peyton Manning,
Right.
Jim Harbaugh.
Right.
They don't even look right.
It's just it's stupid. It's
Yeah,
absolutely dumb.
So
All right.
then Andrew Luck's up there too, then, right?
I hope so. If they put that asshole in there, I should be in there too. Yes,
It's-
I'm sure he is. Surely he is. God almighty. Again, I'll wrap up our NFL segment by saying something I say all the time.
What?
You ain't got to be a genius to run no NFL team. Good Lord.
No.
You just got to be lucky and rich and know the right folks. You do not have to be a Rhodes Scholar or a Harvard grad to run an NFL team.
The
You just
Giants
don't.
GM gave Daniel Jones $700 million and told Saquon get his shine box.
Right.
Just to further your
Right.
point.
Baseball and the NBA, and to a pretty good extent, and even hockey, they have turned their teams over to mathematical geniuses.
MIT,
And
Harvard.
the NFL still rolling Bubba Davis out there to be the GM. The NFL's so ass backwards and a lot of things to do. They're the most popular sports franchise,
And
we
it ain't
got.
close.
And it ain't close. All right, Rudy and I want to meet people. We're
Do
going
we?
to be pressing flesh, kissing babies,
Let's do it.
smelling your wife's hair, whatever you want us to do. We're men of the people, and we will be at Slackers Sports Bar, March the 8th. That is the day, right? I got my
March
dates
8th,
right. Yes,
Saturday.
sir. It's their first of the year crawfish boil. Slackers has made a huge name for itself. All 5 of these locations with their I don't know, 4 or 5 times a year, these crawfish boils.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 times a year.
Super successful. The first one of the year comes down on Saturday, March 8th, the first crawfish boil of the year at the Nacogdoches location. Look at all them sponsors they got coming out there. Great food, great drinks, great atmosphere, live entertainment. Rudy and I will be out there, vendor experiences, swag drops, bands, giveaways. UFC 313 is that night. They're not charging a cover to watch the fights.
That comes with your $20 all-you-can-eat crawfish.
Right.
You can get there and get your
$20.
UFC.
That's
$20,
it.
a
The whole
UFC
thing.
fight and all-you-can-eat,
Right,
and Mike and Rudy.
right.
Come on, dog.
Come on, dog.
Come on, dog.
All right, you and I have to determine what times we're going to be out there.
I'm
And
gonna
we'll
talk to
start
Frank
promoting
today.
that.
I talked to Frank yesterday, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
talk to him again today.
All right. Slackers, 5 locations in and around the area. Come out and hang out with us at the NACO location on Saturday, March the 8th. A couple of housekeeping items before we move on. In the building is also going to be shown on Anthem TV beginning St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. Can't wait for that. Anthem TV is going to be running our show. In the building, radio gets ready to debut in 6 days from now. If
Mhm.
you're watching this show live on Thursday, March the 6th, in the building radio premieres on the Lopez Family Broadcasting Network, K Alamo Tejano Radio 98.90, 92.1 in San Antonio, Magic 104 in Corpus Christi, Magic 95 in Victoria, Tejano Mix in El Paso, El Paso, and we're going to be on Tejano Television, San Antonio's K Alamo Tejano Television on Roku. Hey, that's in 6 days. Me and Rudy, it's in the building radio, so y'all make sure you tune in. There's an app for all these different stations. I don't want to hear your signal was weak. I'm gonna say there's an app for that.
Yeah.
So and all these stations have their own apps, and I actually
Gosh,
been
damn
listening to the app more and more, just trying to get acquainted with
Me
the
too.
station. I'm excited. I can't wait for in the building.
I can't wait to.
radio.
I wish I could be in a couple people's cars when
Right?
Thursday. They have no idea. Come next Thursday at 6 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
and they hear you're half and half-ass in my black.
Oh, I'm
ass.
about to grito my ass off.
Like, hey, what is going on? I'm in the boy. You know what I mean? So I can't wait,
Shit,
man.
I'm wearing
excited.
cowboy boots and a hat.
Oh, you got a hat?
Fuck yeah, I got a
My
cowboy
man,
hat.
my man. I need to find me one.
Speaking of hats, we got a Hold on, I'm segueing.
Yeah, I know.
I
see
got
you.
another. Speaking of swag drops,
I like
got
that
another
gray.
one right here.
that camera.
Okay, right here, Jose. Can you see that one?
Give me
Focusing on that one. This is an in the building
turn over to the side.
trucker
Jose.
cap. Got the trucker style.
Yeah.
The mesh in the back.
So your sweat can breathe. The head can breathe.
Right. Or kids think it's cool. You can flatten the bill. You know, this is how all the surfer bros wear it, like way up here like this, you know, in the hellscape. See kids wearing it cocked to the side like this. That's whatever. You can do whatever you want to. It's your hat. The third person from now to donate money to the super chat will score this hat. And I look, this is beautiful. It's actually been on my head. You can say you can share DNA with me. I know a lot of y'all want to. Here's your chance.
Yeah, they do.
In the building truckers cap right here. Third person to donate to the super chat starting right now. So the next person, then that, and then the third. So the third person will get this cap right here. Everybody's waiting to donate.
Yeah, they're gonna be third.
Chicken.
Yeah, they playing chicken. Ain't gonna
third
wait.
Person right now. Or I can do this. The next person to donate $25, either the third donator or the first to donate at least 25, will score this Spurs colored silver and black in the building baseball cap, and I will personally deliver it to you. But if you live out of town, I'll mail it to you, which I have to go to the post office when I get off the show today. All right, so there's that. What else? In the NBA last night. Pretty good
Chef,
night.
please.
Pretty good night.
Yes, I know it's yes, Chef.
Steph went off. Oh, look, there's 1999. Stevens 25 though.
Water getting shut off anyways. Here's my
last 20. Sob story isn't going to win you this hat though, Steven. I feel bad for you, but either 25 or the third donator. That's one. That's the next. We got two more or $25. Thank you, Steven. That's funny. Last night in the NBA, Steph had 56 for the Warriors in Orlando. Anthony Edwards got ejected in the loss by Minnesota to the Lakers after his 16th technical foul. There's your NBA
and
headlines.
He's going to be suspended a game.
Yeah,
once you get
it's
to that
automatic one-gamer.
And speaking of that game, one thing, and I give LeBron a lot of crap, but I kind of agree with him on this one.
Brian just got the hat, boy. Hang on, hold that thought. Brian Whitener, that hat is yours, man. Reach out to me.
Or Brian comes to store one a lot. If you want to come by store one and see me, Brian, it's up to you. Or if you want to meet Mike, meet Mike.
You want to take it with you?
That's up to Brian. It's up to Brian.
All right, it's Brian's hat. Thank you, Brian. Sorry, man.
No, I give LeBron a hard time, but I kind of agree with him last night. They asked him about Anthony Edwards' comments about, I don't want the face of the league. That's what y'all got Wemby for. And LeBron said, why would you want that responsibility when everybody that covers our game shits on everybody? You know what I mean? And he's talking about Shaq. He's talking about Chuck. He's talking about Stephen A. He's talking about whoever. Name a person that covers the NBA that isn't shitting on the NBA. And I was like, you know what, Bron? I don't really agree with you all the time, but I agree with LeBron on this one. Like everybody that's supposed to be somebody, all they've done is shit on the NBA. Too many threes.
All year long.
Guys don't care. All-Star sucks. PK Saban, the hockey dude, coming out. Well, y'all don't try hard enough when we out there. We go balls out. Your game's on Food Network. Shut up, PK.
PK Subban even ripped the NBA?
Yeah, he's been getting a bunch of TV time because of he ripped the NBA. Stephen A. had him on First Take. He's been getting a lot of run. I'm like, dude, your sports on Discovery Channel. I don't even know where to find hockey. Is hockey on? I think I see the Brahmas on ESPN more than I see hockey on ESPN. Screw you, PK.
Fan,
screw you, PK. Black on black crime today.
You criticize
on this last on this last Black Day of History Month.
Hockey had a good week last week, Rudy. Why you got to shit on hockey?
Fuck PKC Bond.
He did it. By the way, he did a good job as a broadcaster during the Four Nations tournament.
And then I
didn't know he was ripping the NBA.
Didn't he pick up the skier after she been through 4 or 5? What's her name?
Lindsey Vonn.
I'll be fourth. Come on.
Well, I like experienced girls. Do you not?
I know JJ Watt already spread you wide open.
My God.
I know Tiger ran through there.
Oh my God.
This show's explicit today.
But then now PK, can I have a turn? I'm on Discovery Channel. Fuck out of here, PK.
Okay.
Anyway.
Poor hockey.
Yeah, but shout out to LeBron. I agree with them.
What a turn.
We try hard. We're going the balls to the wall. You had a good all-star game. 7 Americans care about hockey. That's why you're on PBS.
I'm one of them. It's more than 7. It's more like 7,000. But come on.
That was truly black on black crime right there.
You know what? I'm doing Stars playoff talk every day during the playoffs.
Let's do it.
God knows the Spurs ain't going to the
Let's
playoffs.
do
I
it.
got to have some fucking playoff to
I'm
talk
down with
about.
Stars talk. I'm down.
All right. So seriously, do you think the Warriors are a championship contender?
You know what, man? They're 7-1 since getting Jimmy, and the old head in me would not mind seeing Steph and Jimmy versus Bron and Luka. And you know what? It's sad that Steph, Jimmy, Bron, and Luka
in a playoff series
in a playoff series. It's sad that they're carrying the league. Like, they're still carrying the league. It's about which one of these young guys are going to step up. Anthony Edwards said he don't want it. He got 39 texts. He's turned into Rasheed Wallace this season. Like, what the hell is wrong with you, bro? But the Lakers, I want to say, 8-2 since getting Luka? Warriors 7-1 since getting Jimmy.
Love to see it.
Steph and LeBron's rivalry is the best one we've had since Spurs Lakers back in the day. So Steph with the 50 ball last night.
Right.
Dude.
Love
the old man's LeBron as 25, the most 25-point games after somebody that's 40 years old. I don't know, man. It's great. It's great. I ain't mad at it.
Thank you, Matt Bernard. Donated $1.99 to the Mud Room.
Tex McFrank $1.99 too.
You. Nice lid. Here's the thing. So often, older guys love to bag on new generations. Back in my day, we did this way. We were better that way. Things were better this day and that day. But sometimes the old dudes have a good point.
Sometimes. And then sometimes it's just like, come on, man, get over it.
In this case, though, I do think the old dudes have a point. The NBA is going to have an issue when LeBron and Steph are gone.
I agree with that.
We already have issues. The league is going to have to, and this just goes to show the impact that LeBron and Steph, to just a lesser degree, have had on the league. That's like 2 Tiger Woods leaving your league, and you got ratings issues already. They have massive rules changes are going to come just because LeBron's getting ready to retire and they got to put some more juice into the NBA. And all these young kids and the style, it's all a bunch of fucking spot up three. It's annoying.
It's
one star and 4 Bruce Bowens out there.
And that's LeBron taking up for the youngsters, because LeBron don't even play the game like that, but he understands that he has to protect the league. He's done
as a future owner, he wants to.
Great point. Yeah. He's going to own the Las Vegas team. I fully agree with that. Him and his Saudi buddies.
Right.
But yeah, he's just taking up for the young guys. Like, hey, why would you want it?
I get that. I do.
Because keep in mind, was it you when we came in here after the All-Star game? Dre, you were talking about Draymond. You were like, Draymond did not hold back. Like, keep this in mind. This is an all-star broadcast.
I know.
And Draymond destroyed it.
I know.
And if you're a player, you're like, damn, our own people are trashing us. We got no shot.
They literally have to play a funny bit once a month on TNT called Who He Play For, because Chuck don't watch any games because he's bored too. I mean, it's funny, but true. And that's what makes it a little bit funnier, because a lot of this shit is true. The league, we got big changes coming. I don't know if we're going to go to 10-minute quarters, lengthen the 3-point line. I don't know what it is. Style of play, maybe put a cap on 3-pointers a game. Big rule changes are coming.
Maybe GMs and coaches need to grab your balls, tell these MIT, Harvard, Yale nerds, I appreciate you. I will keep that in mind, but we're going to play this way. The MVP will possibly MVP, if you don't give it to Joker, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's going to win the MVP. And guess what, guys? He plays mid-range. He goes to the basket. He doesn't stand at the 3-point line. The mid-range is still alive. And just for shits and giggles, his team's #1 in the West. He's not just standing outside shooting threes. You can still play this way. So it's up to the GMs and the coaches to say, we will use some analytics, but we are not going to jack up threes with guys that shoot 23% from 3 just because the MIT nerd told us to.
Right.
They're letting the again, I know I'm not against analytics. It's 2025. I get where we are. But the guy that finds the happy medium is the guy that wins. And it's like, this is crazy. Yeah, it's too many threes, obviously. Boston did it when won a championship. So now we got to live with this shit for the next 2-3 years. If Boston wins again, because Boston shoots more threes than anybody.
Right.
And so you're like, well, the champions did it.
I know.
I don't give a shit. You don't have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday and Derek White and Al Horford. You don't have those guys. Right. You can't do that.
The entertainment's being taken out of the game because of the analytics. It's like I said a few weeks ago. A nerd, this is the reason why major nerds at MIT don't get the hot girl. It's because their life is very efficient. They drive the energy saver car. They live in the generic home. They have the white, they do everything calculated. And eventually girls don't want to bang them. You don't have sex appeal. So that's what happened to the NBA.
I like where you're going.
These nerds are taking over the NBA, and just because you're right doesn't make it more entertaining.
Fair.
This is still an entertainment industry, the NBA. And they're just doing their jobs, these teams. All right, our job's to win. And these kids are helping us win games, and the analytics are proving to be correct. But that doesn't mean it's good for the league as a whole.
So is it a bad product right now, today, February 28, 2025? Is the NBA a bad? Give it a grade. A, B, C, D, E, F.
C. And if it weren't for the Luka trade, I would give this season a D on like entertainment value, storylines and stuff. The Luka trade saved the league. We've talked about the NBA more since Luka got traded than we did the previous 3 months, probably.
Fair. And the only reason we talk about it because of Wemby. If not for Wemby, I think we wouldn't have brought it up until Luka.
Well, we're going to end the show today with some Spurs talk.
Okay.
I think I saved that because I got hot sports opinions on that.
All right, let's do it.
Jose, do you have the ability yet to put links into the chat, dude?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Could you put a link to our page, the Love You Hard TV page, so people can become a subscriber?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Guy called Mayor Mike 07. How do I become a subscriber on YouTube? I've subscribed to the monthly podcast on my iPhone, but want to be on here too. That makes sense?
It makes sense. He's a youngster.
Yeah,
he gets it.
And there's lots of folks watching us that are probably not even subscribers. It's absolutely free to be a subscriber to the channel on YouTube. So LG, I'm gonna call you LG for the next 2 weeks. I'm sorry. We're gonna have Bouquet put a link. I've worked with a guy 15 years. I'm sorry. It's not about you, Jose.
No, that's cool.
Boom, there it is. Look at that. Ask and ye shall receive. I didn't get told to do it myself, or hey, I emailed you the link 3 weeks ago. I just asked and he did it. Thank you, Jose. So there's how you subscribe to our page right there. Love You Hard TV on
Love
YouTube.
You Hard.
It is free to be a subscriber. Absolutely free. Toro Loco, $1.99. Great show as always. Thank you, Toro Loco, for your support as always. All right. Very good. All right. This part of the show brought to you by Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store of In the Building. 7 locations in and around the area, 6 alone in the greater San Antonio proper area. And then you got the one up in Barney, Texas. It is Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store of In the Building, where you get 5% off all things, whether you go in there and buy a can of beer, a buzzball, or a keg. It's all 5% off at Texas Cheer Liquor, including these sweet little packages.
Cocktail bags.
Love these.
Yeah, and they come with a free cup of ice. So, like, if you want to.
Oh, that's cool.
You get right to it. You want to get right to it.
Don't do it in the car.
Not do it in the car. I'm just saying, but as soon as you get to your destination,
correct.
You want to pop that open, pour it in.
Right.
Pour it in the cup of ice, stir it, and get lit. Yeah, man. They got the cocktail, all types of cocktail bags, man. I'm talking about AD and Renee don't sleep making up these different cocktail concoctions, because a lot of times, like, people will come in, but hey, I need a suggestion. I'm making this, I'm making that, but what do I use with it? So what they've done is they've taken out your curiosity,
right,
and put it all in a bag for you. And it's been a huge, huge hit here for Texas Cheer Liquor. So go get your to-go cocktail bag, because there's only 2-3 shots in there, because not everybody wants to get wasted.
Right.
You get your 2-3 shots, get to where you need to go, get your nice little buzz, make it go a little longer, pass out, wake up tomorrow with no hangover.
So if I were a single man and I was trying to woo a new girl in my life, and maybe she's going to come over, I'm going to cook dinner for her. Like, it's got to that point now where she's comfortable, she's going to come over. This is a great way to impress her.
Pull out the cocktail bag.
Already have it mixed when she gets there. She thinks you know what you're doing.
No, you got to make it in front of her.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a part of the lead.
Oh, that's fine too. Then it makes you look
But
responsible.
hey, I got his cocktail bags. Like I got this one for me. I got this one for you. It's a couple of
Okay,
ice.
yeah, that's good too.
Let's make it.
I was thinking you can lie and impress her, and she'll think you know how to make cocktails, or you can just show that you're frugal.
That. I like that.
Yeah, or have it ready to roll. It's in the fridge when you get it. If you don't like it, it's okay. But I've got wine, I've got other things. But I made some cocktail mix here too.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, "Damn, this guy knows how to make drinks. He's a smart man. He's a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
He's an Esquire man. He's about something. He just don't go get me Four Loko. He made me mix drinks.
I like
Texas Cheer can make you Texas Cheer can get you laid. We'll just be honest. That's just to say what it is. Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store of In the Building. You want to do some punches?
Let's punch somebody.
It's time for people I want to punch here on In the Building, presented by the official family lawyer of In the Building. It is the law office of Orlando Kell. Orlando Kell brings us people I want to punch each and every day. Who are you punching today, sir, and why?
Today I'm gonna punch some kids. I'm going to punch the young men that play for the Steel Knights men's basketball team because they're playing my daughter's school, Brennan, in the regional final.
Okay.
So I'm punching the Steel Knights and I'm rooting on the Brennan Bears to move on to state. Should be a really good game. I got to work. I can't go. The last Brennan high school basketball game was sold out. Kingston Flemings is a star. He's headed to U of H. So shout out to Steel Knights, but I'm punching y'all's ass today because I need y'all to lose tonight. So go Brennan Bears, punch them damn Steel Knights. Y'all won enough football. Y'all are great. Everything it's enough. It's Brennan's turn. So punch the little rugrats at Steel.
Didn't Brennan go to state last year in basketball? I believe
the
they
women
did.
The women went to state.
Oh, okay.
The women went to state tournament, which I think is played at the Alamo Dome. The men and women's high school.
Yes, I think
it's at the Alamo Dome. Yeah,
this year.
The women went to the state tournament.
Hopefully, all the kids at Steel today won't take a shit properly.
Yeah, exactly. Brennan's number one in the state, by the way.
Okay, well there you go. I thought
ranked
they were
number
really
one in the state. They are really good this year.
And what I mean by that is
they got a good team. I don't want to just single out Kingston. They got a good team.
Well, so quick message from Uncle Mike for Brennan. Speaking of taking a gun, make sure y'all take a dump at least twice today before the game. Get you ready to roll.
PGGPs.
Yeah, if you go out there with a full belly, you're not going to play ball right.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I think kids don't realize.
They don't realize that.
Athletes don't realize, damn, why did I suck last night?
You ain't shit. You full of shit.
You got to take 2 shits a day.
Yeah, you got to go to the mud room.
I'm not kidding. Take 2 dumps a day. That's my advice. People have asked me before, how do you stay thin? How do you stay? How do you, I'm not.
You got a great digestive system.
I take a shit twice a day, sometimes 3.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
If I could get to 3, I'll throw a party.
Me too. I'm excited.
I'm excited when I get, because I'm almost 50. So when I have to shit, I'm like, yes, let's go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel more spry.
It's important.
Make sure you take a dump. All right. So
damn, we're old.
Rudy's punching high school kids.
Yeah, screw Steel. Y'all stole all the kids from Judson. Great kids out there still, though. Most of them military brats, but punch your asses today.
All right. I want to punch soon to be former FS1 television sports talk star Joy Taylor.
So I'm punching kids and you punching women.
Yep.
Great show today.
Jesus.
Hey, I don't discriminate against nobody.
Hey, y'all want equal rights?
Punched equally.
Y'all want equal rights? You got to get punched sometimes.
Damn right that. Damn right. Joy Taylor has been. This is reported now, but it's all over. She has not worked in over a week on her show. Is it called The Get Right? The Get Up?
I don't know. I don't watch it.
Lately, it's been called The Go Down. Joy, who got thrown under the bus in a lawsuit recently, basically for being the she's a grown woman, you know.
Yeah.
Now she did it cost her a marriage, however,
or 2, almost 2. 1 marriage and 1 really strong relationship, right?
There are those that claim that Joy went to great lengths to up her profile at FS1, including sucking off the CEO, allegedly in a lawsuit. All of a sudden, she hasn't done the show in a week or 2. Now it's gotten out that the company has
What took so long?
Well, lawyers, legal shit. They can't just fire her based on some accusations, and she's accused of bedding down with the boss. He probably had to get his shit in order too, legally and all this kind of thing. They had probably this went all the way to Rupert Murdoch. I'll guarantee you. They went to corporate It went to the top of the went to the top flow. Is that like
if you had a pizza, wouldn't you use it?
Well,
serious question. If you single woman,
yep.
Boss says, "Hey, I got a nice gig for you, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 a year, but you gotta come to the hotel." Would you use your pizza to gain?
I don't know. The honest answer is I don't know. I think for every woman that's like, fuck it, I think there's been many, many, many more that are like, fuck you, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I
don't know, man. I mean, it seems easy, right? As guys to sit here and say, oh, I'd fuck the shit out of everybody if I got paid. And, all I can say is now, though, it's probably going to cost her career on the back end. She made money.
She got to come our route. She'll be doing her own, the Joy Taylor podcast.
Yeah, I was about to say she's going to go her own route now.
Man, it's unfortunate, but so she's not on vacation now. All the reports are she's been told by Fox, "Don't come back to work. You're not fired. We're going to pay you, but for now, stay home." Damn. They're preparing to severance package her. Highly unfortunate. And if it weren't for this other woman that filed a lawsuit against Fox because she says she didn't,
the makeup artist,
that
she said Skip offered $1.5 million
for one night.
No. And
she said no. So there's a woman that said no.
I've been with my woman for January 25, 02, 23 years total, almost 10 married. And when this story came up about Skip, I said, babe, for $1.5 million, yes. I didn't even finish the question. She was like, yes. And she says, she said, you would want me to. I've been with this woman 23 years. I didn't even get the question. I said, babe, because she had already saw the story. So when I said, babe, for $1.5 million, would you? Yes. And I said, well, goddamn.
Well, you asked her that, and she said yes
before I even finished the question. And she said, and you would allow it. And I looked at her.
Say no.
And I said, that's why.
No?
And I said, that's why we work.
Okay. See,
I know some dudes that let dudes jump up and down on their wife for kicks and giggles.
Well, those are different people.
If like swingers,
those are heathens. Those are heathens.
Yeah, swingers. They just like, hey man, I want to I want to watch you bang my wife. Why not get $1.5 million for it?
You sure you weren't being tested by her? You were supposed to say no.
I did.
Okay.
But she saw through the shit. She was like, motherfucker. You wouldn't, Rudy. $1.5 million, you wouldn't. She's like, all these bills we got in the mailbox that we don't check.
Right. Look, I am certainly no.
You certainly know.
I'm not some swinger expert, but I've been around 50 years.
But you're prude enough to be like, no.
I've been around 50 years to know that healthy swingers, because most people that swing are doing this because their relationship is in the shitter. They're trying to save a marriage because they've got issues. And that's not how you should not be getting into swinging.
You got to be a real swinger.
You got to be like absolutely rock solid with your old lady if y'all are going to do this. And you got to have rules, and it never goes beyond that.
We would probably end up divorced because I'm super jealous. So I don't think I could handle it after the fact. I don't think I could handle it.
But now you got this fucker here, his generation. They got thruples and anything. They're all living together and stuff now.
It's different. It's a different world.
Yeah, it's different. Those people have healthy connections. They have healthy emotional
and they met
relationships.
That way. Most times.
Sure. And it just happened. And they literally fell like in love and stuff. We're talking about being the office whore. No man wants his wife to be the office whore.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different.
Like, it's not the Indecent Proposal, Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore. That's like they were like, healthy marriage, and then she did that, and they were never the same after.
Right. She wound up going back to Woody. Spoiler alert, because she loved that man, but it messed him up.
No, we wouldn't do it. It was. She said she would, and I said I'd let you, but it wasn't just like she'd have to be like.
Well, I'm gonna punch Joy Taylor, not just for. And I'm not saying I don't know shit. I'm reading the reports like we all are. I'm punching Joy Taylor because how you going to confide and tell people? That's the thing that gets people busted. They tell people.
I get it when the 15-year-old boy tells. Right. But you're a grown woman. Why are you telling people why are you confining people that you sleeping with the boss?
According to the makeup artist, Joy was trying to give her advice. No. If you want to go up in the company, you should fuck everybody up here. What are you talking about?
It's not good advice.
Oh my God.
Right, because what happened? The makeup artist is going to get paid way more money out of a settlement, and now Joy Taylor's career is in the shitter. So it was terrible advice. Don't share that. Keep that to yourself. And by the way, that goes on a lot. There's a lot of office fucking, but no one ever knows ever. These people go to their graves, and then Joy Taylor fucked up by bragging about it and trying to give that like she's giving big sister advice. That's warped. So I ain't punching her for doing it. She's a free will society. I'm punching her for getting herself busted by talking about it.
Yeah, I feel you.
One rule of Fuck Club is we don't talk about Fuck Club.
Orlando Kell.
Orlando Kell. Flash that logo up there again, man. My man Orlando, the official family law man. When it comes to family law, Orlando Kell's your guy. If you found out that your old lady
is slanging pizza for promotions,
then you need to rethink your relationship with her. And if indeed it leads down this route here where Orlando needs to be called, there's the info right yonder. 210-775-4995, or you may email this man. It is orlandokell.law@gmail.com. orlandokell.law@gmail.com.
Although the cost of eggs, $1.5 million might not be enough.
Look, man, I'm not.
I got to pay taxes on it if it's a gift.
What are you talking about?
If Skip gives me $1.5 million for my wife,
right?
Do I pay taxes?
No, it's a gift.
It's a gift. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pizza. It's a Venmo that. Can you Venmo? How do you even give somebody $1.5 million? How do you do that?
You wire it and it takes a few days.
The IRS is going to see that you got wired that much money.
Oh no, they're calling Skip. They're calling us, and they're like, "Hey, what's up with this?" Yeah, it's a big old mess.
Absolutely nuts. Thank you to Orlando Kell. All right, what else today? So we got another statement yesterday from Greg Popovich,
which we already knew, but I guess it's official from Greg, not from the Spurs.
And
right?
then we find out later that Pop actually went down and visited the team for the first time.
Oh, so he hadn't even been around.
None of the guys had seen him.
Wow.
Here's the statement from Pop yesterday. Quote, "I've decided not to return to the sidelines this season. Mitch Johnson and his staff have done a wonderful job, and the resolve and professionalism the players have shown sticking together during a challenging season has been outstanding. I will continue to focus on my health with the hope that I can return to coaching in the future." All right. Now, according to that Shams Shamrania, he's saying that tears were shed from those in the room when Pop went down and met with the guys at the facility. And a lot of the guys, when they saw physical signs of what Pop has gone through, like they could tell that something's happened to him.
Damn.
He doesn't look the same. Guys kind of lost it. It was very emotional. But Shams writes, the meeting, however, was filled with motivational messages, jokes, critiques, and even praise from the coach. He was giving him shit about whatever as in a joking fashion. But yeah, there were a lot of tears shed. Those kids hadn't seen him, and they've been, maybe some of them have talked to him, but no one had laid eyes on him. And when they saw him, they were surprised, and it just kind of caught everybody.
You could still see some of the effects from the stroke, I would guess.
I think so. That, and they just hadn't seen him in a long time, and they were worried about him, and so it just kind of caught them off guard. And so there was some tears shed. Damn. Man, I'm going to preface what I'm about to say by telling you that I love Greg Popovich.
I love Greg Popovich as well.
I have criticized Greg Popovich over the years.
I've criticized Greg Popovich.
But I love that man. I don't have much on the Spurs right now. I'm in a weird place other than this.
You're not Cowboys indifferent on them.
No, of course not. I'm sad. I'm upset.
The way it worked out. Yeah, I hear you.
First of all, the rodeo road trip is dumb and totally unfair, and they've got to figure out a way to stop doing the goddamn road trip. It's dumb. No team in the NBA, whether it's the Spurs for the rodeo or the Lakers for the Grammys, needs to spend 3 weeks in between home games. That's bullshit.
Well, once we get our new arena downtown, we won't have to do it anymore.
Damn right. And I love the rodeo, but it's dumb that we get forced out. And when you have Tim Duncan and you win 65 games, okay, yeah, it builds camaraderie. But when you're just another team, it wrecks your season.
Yeah.
And it wrecked them. After Wemby, and I got to keep it real here, even though I love Pop. After Wemby, after Swipe of Fox and after Stephen Castle, after those three guys, I could not care less what happens to anybody else on that team. Trade all their asses outside of those three. If I've learned anything from Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson, they're not winners. It ain't a winning mix. Not even with Wemby. Not even the Fox. They weren't winning with him. So sorry. Luka goes to the Lakers and they now won 6 out of 7. Sorry, y'all aren't winners. I don't give a shit what happens to any of them. It's time to get cutthroat about the business of the San Antonio Spurs. And Mitch Johnson, I think I might rather pour honey down my ass crack and sit in an ant bed than have him back next year at this point. What has he? He's done a great job. Absolutely. Who else would have been thrown in that mix? Who else? I just don't know that. Does he need to be the long-term guy? And look, I'm not going to change my mind on this on Mitch. I'm resolute in this. If they bring Mitch Johnson back for the long haul, his ass, he ain't won shit.
No.
They ain't won shit.
No.
They didn't look any better with Darren.
But Pop has to say those things because it's his pick, isn't it? Didn't he handpick Mitch to do it? I don't know.
And on the Pop thing, man, as much as I love the man, and look, I have spent my entire career with one major edict, and that is, well, I got lots of them, but one of them is winners get to do what they want.
And Pop's a winner, right?
Pop is a winner, but he ain't won shit in 6 years, 7 years. They've been bad.
Yeah.
Pop is 76. He just had a stroke. I get that he still wants to coach, and if he can, fine. But he needs to put himself on a deadline. Because when this season's over in a month, they need to get on with the business of running the team. They have a business to run over there. I need to know if I'm a free agent in the NBA, I ain't going to San Antonio. I don't know who the hell the coach is going to be. Is Pop back? That's fine. Or y'all going to go with Mitch? Okay. I need to process. Who the hell's going to sign here in the offseason not knowing what Pop's status is? That's fine. Pop is a champion. There should be a freaking statue outside of the new arena. Sure. They'll probably never do it while he's alive because he won't let him.
Right.
And I love the man, and he is a winner, and he gets to do what he wants. But there comes a time when the company has to move on without you if you don't want to be, even if you're not ready to be moved on from. They got to make the hard decision. R.C. Buford has to make. How ironic. Yeah, who knows? Maybe Pop comes back and everything's great next year. They win 60 and they win 2 playoff series. I don't know that. But at some point, like the San Antonio Spurs are going to be around 100 years after we're all dead.
Sure.
You know? I'm just saying this, and I'm not saying that Pop would do this, but he cannot hold the franchise He cannot hold the franchise hostage because he don't know what he's going to be able to do. And I know Greg loves the Spurs. And it may be a situation where I'm going to step away permanently because I love them and let them move on. It's a terribly dicey, emotional scene. But all I know here is this was a championship contender for 25 years, and it ain't even been close for 7. The Nike child factories of Juba are not going to be stitching no world champion Spurs T-shirts anytime soon.
No.
The way things are going.
Whoa.
There's uncertainty, and I love Pop, and he wants to see if he can come back and coach. Take all the time you need up to a certain extent. They have a draft. They have free agency. These people need to know who's going to lead the way going forth. It's only fair to the team and the city.
Yeah, Robert Kraft had to make that decision with Belichick last year.
Correct.
That wasn't easy.
No.
That wasn't easy. And he just said, hey, Belichick, I'll let you say you walked away, but we got to, there's something's got to give.
Right. And Bill didn't have a stroke.
Right.
I'm not saying run him off. I'm just saying, and it ain't like Pop don't realize this. I just, as an outsider.
And who knows? Maybe it got emotional because Pop said this was it.
Maybe. I don't
know. Who knows?
I don't know, man.
I have no idea.
Know.
Yeah.
At this point, I just don't see how he can come back and be the full-time coach.
Me neither.
It ain't like it ain't like he's standing at a Walmart checking receipts. He's the coach of the San Antonio Spurs. That's 100 nights in a hotel. It's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning flight lands. Why would he want to continue? Just be the president of ops and run the team on paper. You know, run the team with Brian Wright. Yeah. That's it. I said my piece. I love Pop. I love the Spurs. Surely he's not going to, but they cannot, at some point, they got to know what he's going to do. And maybe they do. And this is just their public statements. And that's probably what's going on. And I'm probably overreacting. But at some point, I go back to what Harvey Dent said in Batman, a fictional character, sometimes a hero can stay around long enough to see himself become the villain. You've got to know when to fold him. He's the oldest coach that's ever coached in the NBA by 5 years.
Damn.
That's it. And it sucks.
I thought Jerry Sloan was old. I guess not.
No. Jerry was like 70, I think, when he retired.
Okay.
69. Pop's 76.
Keeps him alive, I guess.
Maybe, but they just can't let him keep being the coach because it keeps him alive.
Yeah.
If it comes at the expense of progress.
Fair.
That's it.
Fair.
That's it. Y'all make another gay bar joke so I feel
No.
bad. No, that's it. That's how things are. That's it. All right. Back Monday?
Back Monday, but if you got time, go see Mike tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. Land Showcase mañana outside of Floresville. Somebody messaged me earlier, hey, shoot me the coordinates. Because we don't and I sent it to him. We don't have we don't have an address because it's still just
too
land.
new. Yeah.
It's land that my millionaire boss bought, and we're selling 3 to 4 to 5 acres of land. We have many to look at. So come out tomorrow outside of Floresville. That QR code right there that we're flashing will send you to the Google Maps link, all that stuff to help you find where it's at. It's about 10, 15 miles outside Floresville. We're going to be there tomorrow. We're going to be having some free food, some free drinks. We're going to hang out. I'm going to go live on Instagram, probably Facebook, maybe.
Whatever.
We'll take tours of the land. We'll talk. We'll chop it up. And hopefully y'all will come out there and maybe have an interest in looking at land legitimately because we're trying to sell these lands. This is Texas land for sale. This is outside Floresville. We're talking 35 minutes from the Pearl. So you're outside the city, but not too far away. It's nice. It's our land showcase tomorrow. Baseline Bums on Love You Hard TV at least twice a week. Got a new show that just dropped yesterday. Y'all go check out the Bums podcast. Big week next week. Me and Rudy have our radio debut Thursday. We're getting ready for our debut on Anthem TV on the 17th. We're cooking, baby, as they say in the NBA. We're cooking. Thank you to Bouquet. Thank you to Thunderdome in the building, subscribers, members, all y'all. Love you hard. Back for another kick-ass week of broadcasting starting Monday morning. Y'all be good.